Folks, there's some serious news. This may affect many lawmakers, and many top lawmakers in the president are concerned about whether they may have to accept larger budget cuts in order to prevent a government shutdown in just a few days. But so far, some have actually confirmed that this could affect many households financially. According to USA Today, well, there is some important information that you have to know. I want to say that according to USA Today, the country could face a government shutdown when the House returns from a week-long summer break this week. The Senate has already returned for the recess. And now, while government funding technically expires on September 30th, the House has just 11 working days to pass a short-term funding extension called a CR to buy lawmakers more time to hash out the details of a spending package. A group of ultra-right lawmakers from the House Freedom Caucus has drawn hard lines even before the House comes back into session, openly threatening to leverage a shutdown. If a CR does not include deep spending cuts or other demands, such as more security on the southern border, things won't be bad. Now, the demands of House Freedom Caucus members have no chance of passing a Democratic-controlled Senate. Schumer warned lawmakers last week that negotiations should be held in good faith and with bipartisanship in mind. While the House is gearing up for what could be a drawn-out fight, the Senate already teed up 3 out of the 12 appropriation bills needed to vote in the government. But in the House, lawmakers are making heavy ask for Kevin McCarthy. So what can be done?
Against growing threats like climate disasters. The $2.4 billion for quality of life improvements in this bill will support projects like building new barracks.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. I hope all of you are having a great week so far. How's your day been? Let me know down in the comments. So in this video, I'll be clearing up all of the confusion that you have about a fourth stimulus check and all of your Social Security benefits. And if you believe that Social Security benefits must be increased by $200 a month, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. So far, everybody, this past Monday, Democrats in the House of Representatives proposed a bill that would keep the one-year child tax credit expansion permanent. This tax credit was formed as part of Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus relief plan, and it's going to be helping millions of Americans across the country that have multiple children and are in need of financial help.
Now, since Inauguration Day, we have given 215 million shots. And that anyone 16 years of age or older is now eligible to get.
And also, folks, if you collect federal benefits, including Social Security, you should receive your stimulus check automatically. But if you have gained a dependent this year or last year, you should file your return in order to provide the IRS with the most up-to-date information. In addition, everybody, President Biden called for increasing Social Security checks by $200 per month during the crisis. And this idea has also been proposed by other politicians. 2 House Democrats have separately proposed putting an emergency cost of living adjustment in place, and this would bring next year's benefits increase up to 3% from 1.3%. We all know for sure that the crisis is not helping Social Security trust funds, which were already hurting before the beginning of the crisis. Having fewer workers in the economy contributing to payroll taxes that fund the system has helped to further deplete the reserves. So this might mean, everybody, that Social Security benefits are running low. But early this month, the Social Security Administration
deposits of the economic impact payments appeared in some bank accounts 2 weeks ago. For those in poverty, though, bank accounts are a luxury they cannot afford. And that leaves the question, how do they get their money now? Jenna Cisneros reports.
Legal Aid Line, can I help you?
When it comes to stimulus checks and those in poverty, Regina Campbell doesn't know what to tell people to expect.
Shocking news has been released, and there are several new plans put together by Republicans and the Democrats, and they're trying to get things done for the American people. Now, there has been no shortage, everybody, of Republican lawmakers bickering over Social Security in recent weeks, because as Republicans and Democrats have pointed out, fingers over which party wants to fix the program and which one wants to undermine it. Well, there are several problems with this. Because during a Senate Finance Committee hearing, the Senate Republicans accused the Treasury Secretary of lying about President Biden's willingness to work with lawmakers on Social Security reform. That followed a similar exchange between Republican Mitt Romney and Shalonda Young. Now, in a separate hearing, Romney said that she was simply wrong and not honest to suggest that current members of Congress want to cut off Social Security and Medicare. With so much hostility between the political parties, it's hard to see any hope of bipartisan Social Security reform that is. The only solution with even a whiff of bipartisan support is a proposal to raise this full retirement age for Social Security beneficiaries. That proposal announced last month is being pushed by the Cassidy senators and the Louisiana Republican and also the Senator Angus King, a Maine independent who caucuses with Democrats. The two are leading a group of legislators that aim to raise the full retirement age 70 to 67. Raising the full retirement age is seen as one of the ways to lessen the impact of the coming insolvency of Social Security's old age and survivors insurance, which finances about 20 to a quarter percent of Social Security benefits. It is. The fund is expected to run out of money by the middle of the decade, meaning that Social Security will have to rely solely on payroll taxes for funding. That could be a big problem that people run into. Now, raising the full retirement age isn't a good idea for so many people too, because it does have bipartisan support among the registered voters, and though not necessarily raising all the way to age 70, a 2022 survey of more than 2,500 registered voters found that 75% of respondents favored gradually raising the age from 67 to 68, a move that would eliminate an estimated 14% of the funding shortfall. Now, support was evenly split between Republicans and Democrats, but other solutions with bipartisan support among voters include making more wages subject to the payroll tax, increasing Social Security withholding, and reducing benefits for the high earners. But for now, much of the focus is on whether to raise the full retirement age. Not everyone supports the data, because Social Security advocates and many lawmakers have pushed it back against the proposal because of the national, political, financial impact it would have on seniors who are already struggling to make ends meet. Plus, folks, I also want you to know this. The National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare, which is a non-profit advocacy group, is raising the full retirement age and cutting benefits for anybody retiring before the new full retirement age. So this means U.S. consumers struggled immensely in 2022 as inflation soared from the start of the year through the end of it. A lot of people closed out the year in debt because that's what it took to keep up with inflation. But while inflation is higher than the average, it's slowly but steadily cooling. It's not done all the way, but at least we're making some progress on this. Because while falling inflation is great news for consumers, and particularly budget-conscious retirees, it could spell trouble for the Social Security recipients. That's not something that's good. So what Joe Biden needs to do is send out stimulus payments as soon as possible.
If I'm not mistaken, Ssdi, to be able to work together, because we got to get it done.
Estimated that its funds could be depleted in 2035, at which point only 79% of Social Security benefits will be payable to recipients. And this is terrible, and these estimates also do not take the crisis into account. Recent estimates from the Bipartisan Policy Center indicate that in the worst case scenario, Social Security benefits, Ssdi, and Ssdi benefits could all run out as soon as 2023 or 2024. The old age fund that pays retirement benefits could be depleted anywhere from 6 to 8 years after that. Lawmakers definitely need to begin taking action, but so far everybody, Republican Senator Mitt Romney has reintroduced a bill called the Trust Act, and this bill is supposed to address the shortfalls faced by Social Security and other federal programs that rely on trust funds, which are falling short.